Hi, I'm JP Lam, and in this episode of Naruhodo, we're going to learn about a traditional Japanese food, natto. For those of us who didn't grow up in Japan, natto may be an acquired taste because of its powerful smell, strong flavor, and slimy texture. But for many Japanese people, natto is a staple in their daily diet. So today, I've come to meet the only natto maker in Hawaii, and it happens to be here at the Aloha Tofu Factory. Let's go find out more. Paul-san, thank you so much for having us here at Aloha Tofu and teaching us about natto today. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Thank you for coming.
So what exactly is natto?
Basically, natto is fermented soybeans.
And can you tell me a little bit about the history and origins of natto?
From what I've heard, natto was made, like many foods, by accident. Somebody had wrapped steamed soybeans in some straw, and they had left it. And when they opened it a few days later, they had this fermented soybean product. And that's what I hear is the origins of natto.
And how is natto made?
Well, there are a few steps. It's pretty simple. First, the natto soybeans are soaked overnight. Then the water is drained from the beans. Then they're put into this big cooking vessel. And then the beans are steamed. And they get steamed for about a half an hour. Then after that, after they steam, we let them cool down for a little bit. And then we add the natto bacteria, the kin, the culture, I should say, the natto culture. Then we pack it into their individual packages. Then we seal the packs. And then we steam them in our steam room overnight.
And what causes that slimy texture of natto?
The slimy texture, that's actually caused by the natto culture and the fermentation process overnight.
And what's the nutritional value of natto? And are there any health benefits from eating it?
So nutritionally, natto is low in calories and fat, carbohydrates, and the health benefits. The main thing I've heard from research in Japan is that it makes your blood smooth. It's good for lowering your cholesterol.
And what are some of the traditional ways of eating natto?
So the most basic way to eat natto is Japanese will eat it for breakfast. And so they'll eat it over a bowl of hot rice, and they'll mix their natto with raw egg and green onions and some shoyu and top it off. And that's a very traditional way of eating it.
And for the viewers at home who maybe haven't tried natto before, what should they expect when eating natto for the first time?
So the biggest hurdle to eating natto, there are two. The first is the smell once you open the package up, and then it's also the texture, the sliminess. And once you get past that, natto has a very earthy flavor, almost smoky but not quite. Once you can get past the smell and the sliminess, the texture, I think you can enjoy natto.
Well, Pa-san, thank you so much for your time today and teaching us about natto. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of Naruhodo. I hope you learned something new and interesting about natto. Until next time, I'm JP Lam.